Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox. That's Ben Olson. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We've got one here from R. R says, underperformed on the August LSAT.
Hi, Ben and Nathan. I scored a 172 on the August LSAT. Okay, interesting. That's your underperformance. Up from a 170 on my first test back in January. I'm disappointed as I've been repeatedly scoring from 173 to 179 with an average of 175 on my past 6 practice tests. I missed the September and October registration deadlines. Parentheses, no real excuse for that. So that's a lesson for the other demon listeners. Missed that opportunity. I was planning to apply this fall and was confident in this test based on my practice test scores, but now I feel I should wait another year to apply since I won't be able to take the test until November, and I presume applying after that is too late. My goal school is Georgetown, where the average LSAT is 171, but I want to be as smart about this process as possible. It's heartbreaking to think about waiting another year to apply, but I want to be intentional about the process. Should I take the November test and apply this cycle, or is that too late to apply? Thanks, R.
Can I make the argument both ways?
Go for it.
I just don't think there's a clear answer to this question. On the one hand, your 172 is already a damn good LSAT, and you don't tell us what your GPA is, but you might already be just a terrific applicant for Georgetown. And if you registered for November but applied now, it seems like you're still in pretty damn good shape for Georgetown admissions. That said,
I'm sympathetic with that argument, but I'd love to hear the counter.
Well, the other argument, and the argument that I would make if you were my child, are if I adopted you and if I was paying, I wouldn't pay. But if I was going to pay for law school, right? If I was like in charge of your law school applications, I would just say there's no penalty to waiting until next cycle. This will always be there for you. And go enjoy another year of your life. Go get more professional experience. Go get, I don't know what you're even doing now, but travel, work, make some money, enjoy your life, do whatever. Keep taking the LSAT until you get one of those 175s or higher that you have clearly in the tank. Apply this time next year. Take all the time. It would be like this luxurious being able to take time to do, set yourself up perfectly for the next application cycle. Take the November LSAT with no stress. Don't fuck up this time, though. Have backups to your November test, right? It sounds like probably you've still got 3 more attempts at it. So don't just take the November test. Also plan on registering for the January, February, whatever of early 2025. Then start working on your personal statement, all your application materials. And next September will be here before you know it. And then you're putting your best foot forward. I don't think it's a disaster if you apply now. But
I agree. I don't think it's going to be a disaster, but this whole conversation too is focused on Georgetown and November. It just puts a lot of pressure, right? Because now R is thinking like, oh, okay, should I take the test in November and apply this cycle? Well, then that question necessarily assumes that that's going to be your last attempt. And even if you do better, you get a 174. You have a 179 in your practice test record.
Yeah, an average of 175.
Yeah, what if you take it in January, you take it in February, and you eke out that 179 officially, or even a 177? You're now above the medians at all schools in the world.
Yeah.
Is Georgetown still your top pick? I don't know.
I mean, I know I made the argument both ways, but the second way is actually what I think. I mean, if I were, again, if I were your parent, right? If I was like endorsing or not endorsing your law school case,
Mhm.
the fact that you somehow failed to register for the September test, the fact that you somehow failed to register for the October test strikes me as not lawyerly. The fact that you, and I'm not trying to beat you up for it, I'm just saying you've already kind of fucked up this cycle. So if I'm your parent, right? If you're a child, R could be 40 years old. I have no idea. But if R is a child and I'm looking at R's performance so far, I'm like, well, great job on all those practice tests. And you were clearly ready to take the August test. But you underperformed on the August test, which we knew was a possibility going in. We should have been planning on taking the September test, the October test, and beyond, which already kind of kicks us into the next cycle. Now, because you fucked up on those deadlines, you're not going to be able to take it until November. Do you really want to be doing personal statements and essays and all that shit at the same time as you're trying to prepare for the November test? And yeah, do you want to put all that pressure on the November test? Yeah, no, if I was your dad and I was actually in charge and I was paying for it, I would be like, keep studying, take the November test, take January as well, take February if necessary, keep taking it until you get one of these 175s plus and apply next cycle. It's a slam dunk,
Yeah, the
actually.
the gun for the race is already fired, and you're way behind a bunch of other marathoners trying to get to the starting line.
Yeah. Yeah. You're still trying to find your shoes. Oh, I forgot my shoes. Should
Yeah.
I just run in these shoes? Uh, or you could just
I can
wait
eke it
for the
out.
next
I can
one.
do it. I can pass all these
Yeah.
people. I work really hard. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like a big part of what lawyers do is they just set themselves up for success. You
Yep.
know, like the lawyers who always win. I've got my real good lawyer friend who I hang out with all the time and play board games with was telling me over the weekend actually that she's like, I think I've cracked the code on getting these cases approved.
Mm. Hmm.
Immigration lawyer.
Yeah.
I think I've cracked the code on getting these
Mm.
cases approved.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, one, I've never known you to lose a case ever. I don't think
Yeah.
that you've ever lost a case. So it seems like you've already always cracked the code.
Yeah.
But the reason why you've cracked the code is because you're so hyper over prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, this is somebody who works from, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. pretty much without stop, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then she does take a weekend. Her and her husband really do take weekends.
Hmm.
But during the week, she works her ass off.
Yeah.
And, things like she's not, I mean, I realize that you're just talking about the LSAT R and this is not actually a legal case. But the fact that you missed those 2 registration deadlines is just not a thing that a lawyer who wins every case is going to do. So if you treat your law school applications as your first legal argument, how about we just show up with all our ducks in a row on September 1st
Of 2025.
of 2025? Like
Yep.
you're perfectly on time, R. You're actually in just the driver's seat for 2025.
Yep.
But you're like trying to catch up to the bus to jump on to climb up onto the roof for 2024. And I don't think that's the way I would do it. Just,
Agree.
be a boss and wait until next
Yeah.
September.
Yeah. Keep us posted.
Thanks, R.
We want to know. We want to know what happens. So let us know what you decide one way or the other. Email daily. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.